How's it going, everyone? It's Aaron, back at it with another Jeep Patriot video, and today I'm going to be going over my CB radio setup, how I mounted my antenna, how I ran all the wiring through the interior of the Jeep, and everything like that. It's a relatively cheap setup. I got everything for around $60. My radio is a Uniden Pro 510XL, and my CB radio antenna is a K40 K30 magnetic mount CB antenna. And yeah, let's get right into it, to how I mounted the antenna and everything else. So as you guys can see, this is where I mounted the antenna. It's right behind my basket, pretty much parallel with everything else, you know. It's between the two like lines on the roof, and it I don't know, it has a really nice spot. I like where it is. It has a very good reception back here, and you know, if I come over here, you guys can see that it says K30, but it's a very good position, you know. Everything, I didn't even have to tune it to get it to work properly and everything, but it's a really good spot. I was originally gonna put the CB antenna right here, you know, the one that goes up like that, you know, drill a little hole, have it in the jamb of the trunk, but you know, that's a lot easier. You don't have to drill a hole or anything, and you know, it just looks a lot cleaner too, and has a less chance of breaking everything. But the CB antenna has the whip and shit, so it can go like that, so if it gets stuck in a tree or anything, it won't break. But yeah, so let's get right into how I ran the wiring through the body. And yeah, so once I open up the trunk, you guys can see, like I said, I ran the wiring and down through the opening between the roof and the trunk, and pretty much it just comes down by the hinge and it goes in through the pillar, right behind the pillar. I was gonna go through this grommet, but I couldn't really figure out where it was coming out, so it was very difficult. But I pretty much put it behind this panel, and I couldn't get the panel off, so what I did is, this is just really just glued in. So literally I just pulled it off a little bit, so enough so I could get the wire behind it, and literally I just ran it down the pillar behind this paneling right here. This is really all just one big piece, so it just pops out with a couple of clips. It's you have to put down the seat, but literally it just pops out one whole piece with a whole bunch of clips. And if I come around over here, it comes down the door, down where the lower door of the door is, and it comes back up behind this paneling. It's actually a lot lower. It's probably like around right here, but if I go back around, yeah, my Jeep's all muddy and shit. But it comes back down, you know. I pulled all this off. This is all one piece too. I pulled it off. Originally was gonna run it back down like this and have it come out over here somewhere, but I was able to get my hand under here, you know, pull this out. So the wire comes out under there, and if you guys can see, I can't find the fucking wire, but it just comes under the seat and comes out right here to the radio. This is the power. This is a temporary thing. I'll get right to that after this. But it comes to the radio and everything, and yeah, so let's get right into how the power is all set up and everything. And yeah, all right, so before I get into the actual how I ran the power wire and everything, let's go simply right into the radio itself. So I mounted it right here next to the shifter. It's mounted with the mounting bracket. I just drilled 2 holes, drilled everything in, used the thumb screws to mount the radio to the mounting bracket, and it's like loose, so it can like have some movement. I'm gonna try to tighten it because I like it just straight. It doesn't like swell or anything. But literally, it's very easy. And then I also mounted the microphone up here. You know, it's a very easy grab. You know, I could be over here, and literally, it's not even hard of a grab. You know, like literally, I'll just be driving and just pick it up, put it down, and everything. And then the radio itself is very useful to use too. So here's the power and the volume control. Here's the squelch meter, or the squelch knob. This is the channel selector and shit like that. And this is what does it say, A and L switch. So this eliminates excess background noise like engine and shit like that. But literally, just turn that knob, you know. You got all the channels. You know, it's a 40 channel radio, so if I just keep going through all of them real quick, you know, see I got the 40. And you can hear the sound difference. That's without the radio switch enabled. This is with it enabled, and this is the clutch meter. But you know, it's very loud. Even, you know, there's an auxiliary input right around here in the back, so if I really needed to, I could plug in my aux cable, you know, into the back and have it come out the speakers and the doors and everything. But it's a very good radio. It has pretty good sound quality, and the microphone is actually very good too. You know, it's a very good cheap CB radio for just basic controls. You know, I'm only using this to talk to my friend when we drive down the road and for when we go off-roading this summer. So yeah, I mean, I would totally recommend it. It's like 35 bucks for the radio and 30 bucks for the antenna, so around like $65. But yeah, so let's get right into the how I ran the power wiring to the engine bay and everything, and yeah, let's get right into that. Alright, so literally what I did, just for everyone who's wondering why it's just going under the floor mat, you know, literally it's just going under the floor mat. So if I pick it up, you guys see the wire goes under that. This is a temporary setup. I'm still gonna figure out how I want to permanently wire it, because, you know, I don't want to keep that like that forever. But literally, if I pick you guys up, it comes out the floor mat back there, and it comes back up and everything. It comes through this, and it comes up the weather stripping, and it comes through the door jamb like I have for my other wires for the light bar and everything over there. And literally it just goes through the crease of the fender. You know, sometimes the wire pops out, that's not really a big deal, but it goes under the engine bay to the battery. I have a self-made drilled hole from when I used to have LED headlights and resistors. I made a ground there. I sanded down the paint and everything in the engine, so it's a very nice solid ground and everything. You know, what I originally was trying to do is I took off the glove box, and I was trying to see how I could run it through the firewall, or at least under the dash to the engine, and it was just really difficult, and I didn't really want to mess with too much. I didn't want to pull apart my entire fucking dash to do it. So pretty much I just did this. You know, it's a fine setup. I haven't had any problems with the wiring over there, so I'm not gonna have any problems with this either. But yeah, that's pretty much my entire CB radio setup. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the whole setup. You know, like I said, I'll give you a frontal view of the of my Jeep with the CB antenna, so you guys can see it's back up there. If I go out a little bit further, you guys can see the CB antenna is up there. And you know, it's a very nice setup, like I said, and it's a really cheap and budget setup. I would totally recommend anyone who's looking to get into CB radios and just for trail rides and everything. So so yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed. I hope you all found this helpful. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to message me on my Instagram or leave a comment down in the video below. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next Jeep Patriot mod video.